Welcome back to another episode of that Stay Off My Grass podcast. You got your boy, Suns fan Randy in the building, dog. We got a good one. We got a good game. This was a good game, good win for us. It's 5 in a row. KD dropped a 40 ball with no free throws. That's crazy work. And this was the first time I feel like watching this tonight. It was interesting because tonight was the first time I felt like this is the KD that we traded for. You know what I mean? Like, granted, he's had other good games and stuff like that, but I feel like tonight was like, you know what? This is the Durant. Like when I'm thinking of KD, when I'm thinking of Kevin Durant, this is what I'm thinking of. You know what I mean? But a cool little 40 ball, and I feel like maybe if this was a few months ago, maybe we might lose this game. To be completely honest with you, because I feel like just the way it was going, like we fumbled shit in the fourth quarter for whatever strange reason. And I appreciate this win for us just because I feel like the Pacers never went away, and I feel like they tested our focus a whole lot tonight, which we needed. You know what I mean? Especially when we can't get shit going in the fourth. We can't draw fouls for whatever strange reason. And the rest was I don't really complain about the refs. I'm not one to be like, hey, it was ref, but I feel like the refs was real bad tonight. You know what I mean? Like they missed a lot of shit, like a whole lot of shit that just didn't make sense to me, like not even a little bit, like not even a little bit. But so yeah, and I feel like we gotta fix that fourth quarter. And like I said, I feel like the best thing I can think of just off the top of the dome is like we need to apply pressure to the rim. You know what I mean? Like and just try to get to the basket. And I feel like the last few baskets that we got in the fourth kind of went like that. But like I feel like the majority of the time, like we get stuck in our ways and chucking up threes and granted they open, so I get it why we shoot them, but I feel like we have a history of just chucking up threes, not hitting them, and then blowing the lead, and that's essentially kind of what happened. But I feel like shout out to Bradley Beal. I feel like Bradley Beal kind of was the one because Book came in, and I was thinking, okay, Book, like you can be the one to kind of put it away and like help us out, like stop the bleeding. And Book didn't really do that tonight. So Beal, you know what I'm saying, was the one getting to the paint, getting to the floaters, and I feel like that's kind of what I'm expecting out of Beal anyway. You know what I mean? Like somebody that because I feel like Bill's a little bit better downhill than Book is. You know what I mean? So yeah. So all in all, it's a good game. We need some help from the bench though. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. Eric Gordon, like I don't know what's going on, like because I feel like he'll have maybe 3 straight games where it's just like okay, like he knocking shit down and he hitting clutch buckets and stuff like that, and then he'll have like 4 straight games where it's just like 1 for 6, 1 for 9, da da da, and it's just like yo, like you killing me. And I feel like tonight would have been the perfect night to go small ball because I feel like the way that the Pacers closed out, they went small, and I think Siakam was like the center or was running 5 at the end. They had Obi Toppin in there, so I feel like tonight would have been a good night to try to test out that small lineup. But they kept Drew Eubanks in there for a minute, and then I think after like maybe the final 2 minutes when it was like kind of like that free throw time, that's when we went small. But I liked the defensive energy tonight. I liked how we went out and we switched everything. And I feel like Drew Eubanks kind of went in there and fucked it up, but like made some bad rotations, like wasn't switching on everything. And it was just like, I don't know if he was just scared to guard some of the guards or whatever, but which is understandable being a big. But I feel like, yeah, like the whole night, like everybody was switching everything. And I feel like when he got in there, like we gave up maybe about 8 points just off the strength of him like going under screens or not switching or not communicating and shit like that. And then KD was getting mad at him. I don't know if anybody else caught that, but outside of that, like I love the defensive intensity. They just made shots. You know what I mean? Like I don't know why we was pressing up on the 3 ball so much, even though they shot 45%. They went 14 to 31. But I feel like tonight was one of those nights where I feel like I would live with the Pacers 3 balls, like because they didn't get it. They really didn't get it going until the fourth quarter when they actually started knocking down threes for real, for real. But I want to say 1 through 3, like they wasn't really hitting shit. I don't know why they was playing so hard on Miles Turner because I was just like, listen, I'll live with anything he throw up tonight because it was just like he was cold. I like TJ McConnell, and I was trying to envision him kind of with like the bench unit, and I still think that it would look crazy because even though he had a bad game, I guess you could say like he finished with 4 points, 2 for 8. But I feel like every look that he had to me was a good look, but I could see being a Pacer fan being irritated. but I feel like he took good looks. His energy was there. Like he wasn't really running the offense as much. Like for whatever strange reason today, he was just shot hunting and trying to get his shot off. Even though it was there, it just wasn't falling. So, and I feel like I would live with that. But I still feel like TJ McConnell will be a good fit with this bench, especially if we're gonna start off the fourth quarter with Beal and KD. I feel like TJ McConnell would be the perfect dude to like, you know what I mean, just interject into that. But all in all, it was a good game. Book finished with 26, 9 and 24. He was his cold. We gonna need him tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like we got another one tomorrow against the Bulls. We all know Book love to go crazy against the Bulls, so I need 50 again tomorrow against the Bulls. KD played 40 minutes tonight, which is a little crazy, but we needed it. We needed all 40 of it because, like I said, I feel like that third we get into these stretches where it's just like that ending of the third, like the first 5 minutes of the fourth, where it's just like if we don't got a 10-point lead, like shit is gonna get real ugly. So yeah, it was interesting. And like I said, the Pacers they kind of kept up with us the whole night. And I feel like we should be a team moving forward, like a Kansas City kind of team, where it's just like in order to beat us, you got to score at least 120, 130 a night. So you know what I mean. And I feel like tonight I kind of had a realization. I feel like 65 points by half, 65 to 70 points should be the goal by halftime with this team. And tonight I think we got to 65, which is cool. But I'm starting to notice like the games that we actually win, like going into halftime, we got maybe 60 plus points. So I feel like that should be a point of emphasis with this team. Like we need to touch 65 to 70 points by halftime every single game. So, but all in all, it was a good dub. Nothing too much to complain about, really. And like I said, we starting to pull it together. We starting to look good as a team. You know what I mean? Like it's starting to look real good. Only thing that I can really complain on is just like we had Siakam tonight. We had Beal and Siakam, and I feel like that take a little bit like it take a lot of energy to play defense. You know what I mean? So I understand why we struggle on offense. So I feel like we should try to figure out like who is going to be the one to take the break defensively on a nightly basis so they can carry the offense. But I feel like that's a good problem to have. But till next time, y'all. Peace.